Welcome to Savage Off-Road. Guess what we're installing today? Brake controller on the BYD Shark. So our new brake controller, we've made a harness that patches into it so that it makes it nice and easy for you to install on your new Shark. You get a plug and play harness when you option it with the harness for the brake controller. Okay, that plugs in under there where your factory loom is, okay? And then you get your blue and red cable here. So you're gonna get this in the kit. This is a universal harness for any other cars on the market. You don't need that for the Shark. So you're gonna get your actual plug and play harness. You're gonna get the nice little controller box. You're gonna get the controller box out. You're gonna plug it into the controller box. On this controller box, you got a blue and red. Guess where the blue and red goes? Straight onto the blue and red. So you join that, okay? So you'll need solder at your home. So you'll need solder or some sort of joiners, whatever you want to use, you can use as long as it's weatherproof. We give you heat shrink in the bag as well as a positive connection and spare fuses. Okay, so that control box is going to mount under the rear seat next to the battery. The black-white, it's unusual, but very standard for your brake controllers. So your black is your main positive. So that's going to join onto your fuse, and then the ring terminal is going to go onto your positive on the battery terminal. So the black goes onto the fuse and onto the positive for the battery terminal, okay? Then your white cable is your negative. It's already got a ring terminal on it. That's gonna go straight to the negative on the battery terminal inside the cab under the rear seat. So you got your positive, negative done. You've connected your blue and red, as easy as that. That's plugged into the rear underneath the cab. So you're gonna run it from the grommet in the cab all the way underneath the chassis rail and cable tie it nice and neatly. You will need some cable ties as well. And then you're gonna get a Type-C cable. So your Type-C cable goes and plugs in up to your monitor. So this is the little screen. So it's got a little screen protector on here at the moment. That goes up onto your glass windscreen. Your right angle Type-C cable then plugs into that like this way, because that'll go up into the roof lining at the top of your windscreen. Then this Type-C cable will run all the way along the A-pillar, all the way down, just plug straight into here, like that. So your monitor plugs in, easy as Type-C. Your red and blue cable connects to the plug and play harness, and then your black and white goes to your positive on the battery terminal under the back seat. All right, so I'll show you where this goes now. This car's already got one installed, so we'll come around here and I'll just quickly give you a quick rundown. Okay, so once you've lifted your rear seat, you then have access to this. So there's a lot of foam here that covers the factory battery, okay? We just fold that out of the way and fold this out of the way, fold that out of the way. Now we've got a fair few cables under here because I've installed some additional stuff into this vehicle. However, what you will get is one of these modules. That module can go straight down here, straight. You can use one of these posts, or over here you can mount it. Wherever you choose to mount it, that's totally up to you. There's a spare M6 there as well, but we choose to mount it here. Okay, we use the factory nut and bolt. That's a 10 mil with an M6. Okay, so 10 mil head with an M6, and then it uses that M6 hole that mounts down there like that. Then your blue-red will run from the back of the tub straight up to here, plug into here. Then your black and white will then come onto positive and negative onto the battery terminal, okay? So make sure you don't get this wrong. So you've got your positive side and your negative side. So your positive side is this one here and your negative is here. They're very close to each other, so be careful. Positive, negative, and it's a lithium battery. Okay, so they go into there. They're already pre-terminated, so it's pretty easy to put your ring terminals on. All right, so that's as easy as that. Then your Type-C cable, we generally run it once we feed it across through here. You can also keep pulling this up, and then you can just tidily run it however you choose, okay, through there. To remove this, you pull the little weather seal, okay, like that. Now be careful, there's black shit everywhere. It's the only problem with this car, is they love using this goose stuff so it seals everything nicely. Okay, once that's done, you'll be able to pop this trim up. So these trims just pop up, and then you'll be able to feed your cable underneath the carpet, through here, do the same, keep going all the way until you get up to the front. I'll show you. So you'll see here, and that's how I've mounted it. So you feed it all the way, your cable comes up through here. You don't need to remove all of this, you can just remove the rubber seal and feed your cable across and then mount that on the windscreen. Make sure when you're installing this cable, there's an airbag running down here. Make sure you feed it behind it, so this way, yeah? not over this side, because if the airbag's running here and it needs to explode and you run a cable across it, it's going to pull the cable, and I mean, it won't stop the airbag. They move at a million rapid rate, but the cable may fly off and hit you in the face. Once that's done, you put everything back into your vehicle, and then you put all your trims back in. All right, it's as easy as that. Put your carpet back down, strap everything down. I'll show you under the car where it plugs into. Okay, so we're underneath the car. This is the rear right, so on the passenger rear. All right, so we've already unplugged this, but normally that cable's there, plugged in, and then it's also locked in on this tab up here. Once you unlock it from here, you bring the cable down, okay? You'll notice mine's been cut because I had to do this before we get our plug and play harness, but your cable, don't worry about that cut cable. Don't pay attention to that. All right, so your harness, you'll get the harness, you'll unplug it, you'll get this bad boy, you'll plug this into that side, then you'll plug that into that side, as easy as that. And then obviously you run your cable tight all the way along the chassis rail, all the way to the rear cab, okay? And then there's a grommet that you'll poke this through up into the cab. It's as easy as that. I'll show you where the grommet is. We'll try and show you, because on camera it's pretty hard. So there's a grommet here, okay? You can see the red cable going through that we've already poked it through, but you can also feed your cable through that big grommet here, okay? So feed your cable from underneath the car up into here, and that's how you're gonna get your blue-red cable into the cabin. Okay, so hopefully that helps you get your brake controller installed on your new BYD Shark. You can buy that at savagetech.com.au. So the plug and play harness is sold separately to the tow kit, so make sure you add both to your cart, as well as check out what I've done here. So we've put one of our tub racks on here on our electric roller shutters, as well as we've got currently a Sanhema rooftop tent. However, we've got our own rooftop tents coming as well that are a full aluminium hardtop and like really easy to set up and install. Okay, so they'll be able to go onto this tub rack, so you still have access to everything in here. I've also installed a 120 amp hour lithium battery in here. As well as that, I've gone a bit nuts and installed an Eco X, one of their new extreme sound bars on the rear, and a sub in the rear, so these things go off. As well as I've rigged up one of our Tank 300 wireless controllers with the relay box mounted to the lithium battery. So now I've got like camping lights. I'm going to put more camping lights around it. I can turn off all my camping lights, my sound bar, my sub. I can also control anything else. So you've got up to 5 channels to be able to control off this wireless controller. We're going to be making a 3D printed base to mount this in the center console where your current wireless pad is. So that's coming, as well as we've just installed these. Come over, look at these. We've installed your BYD logos. So when you open your door now, you've got a beautiful laser light on the ground that says BYD. We've got a couple of different options for patterns. So we've got 3 different pattern options, as well as I've installed our current temporary lift kit. However, our nitrogen suspension is coming out really shortly, as well as floor mats, tub mats, platforms already designed and ready to come, so that's coming over. I'll have my bull bar on this in about 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks from now. So get ready. We'll have probably one of the first most hardcore modified BYD Sharks, I guess, in Brisbane. So if you need to know anything, head to our website, savagetech.com.au, or please email our sales team. They're always happy to help you guys and give you the correct information. Peace out. Have a good one. Testing. We've got our new, just keep walking. Stop stopping. Just